Hello, this will be the final part and part 2 to every video. Like I said, Hackensack, New Jersey is really corrupt. Bergen County is really corrupt. Super bad. Disgusting. And I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm glad I don't live there anymore. Super glad. So I called the courts about the warrant of removal. Remember, I wasn't home for 10 days. They said I had a warrant of removal. One of the neighbors said I had a warrant of removal. And when I came home with a family member, we were looking at the door. There was nothing on the door. And then I go up to speak to the superintendent. He says, this is exactly what he says. There was one on your door, but then Wayne ripped it off. I don't know where it is, but look, Wayne said I can't talk to you about this. You're gonna have to call him. I ain't calling Jack. I ain't calling that weirdo landlord, that scumlord. Like, bro, he's sick in the head. So, I call the courts instead. I call them. And the lady's like, oh, you can go online to find the copy of it. No, she was lying. Of course she was lying. Because Bergen County Court is crooked. So I call again, no answer. Call again, no answer. They finally answer me about, I think it was about 3 days ago, 4 days ago. I'm calling, I'm explaining the situation. The lady is astonished. This was a new lady. She's like, you're supposed to be out the 25th. I'm like, what? Yeah, you're supposed to be out the 25th. Your cause to no show was denied. I was like, oh my gosh. She was like, did you go to court? I was like, what court? Nobody contacted me to go to court. Like, no one contacted me to go to court. My phone is on. Like I have all my mail. Nobody contacted me to go to court. They just denied it without giving me a court date. She's like, yes, it was denied. You're supposed to be out at the 25th. I'm like, when was the warrant removal issued? The 22nd. I'm like, okay, I wasn't home the 22nd. So if it was put on my door the 22nd, I wasn't home. I was not home. Everybody knew that. The courts knew that. The police station knew that. Everyone knew that. And she's like, okay, well, like, we're both upset. Because, of course, I'm screaming and yelling because, like, I'm pissed off. I'm like, wait, why was it put on the 22nd knowing well I wasn't supposed to be in the house? I couldn't be on the property because of the crazy lady. And then I'm telling her, like, I never knew it was on my door. Somebody told me it was on my door. So when I got home the 23rd, it wasn't on the door. I even recorded a picture of the door. She was like, it was still issued though. And I was like, yes, I understand that. But the landlord took it off the door. So I never knew I was supposed to be out the 25th. She's like, there's nothing I can do. All I can say is that they can do the lockout at any time. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Because, like, I'm over this situation. Like, you guys are corrupt or you're dysfunctional. Don't tell me that the sheriff's office didn't know I wasn't supposed to be there. Don't tell me he didn't know about the restraining order. Don't tell me the other part of the courts didn't know about the restraining order. Because the police station knew, and the sheriff's office and the police station worked together. So don't tell me you guys didn't know anything. Like, it's the civil department of the whole entire court. Like, you guys don't tell each other anything. Like, you're supposed to all be working together. So either you're really corrupt or you're really dysfunctional. So I'm like, whatever. Because it was whatever at this point. Like, because they're just corrupt and dysfunctional. Like, they're both at this point. And that's what gets me into this part. I am not telling people. I don't want people to be offended or anything. But I am not telling you not to move to Bergen County or Hackensack. I'm telling you it's not a good idea. It was the worst idea I made in my life. And honestly, I'm only 21, but I know I'm never making a decision like that again. Like I said, with the fake reviews, I'm going to look for the bad reviews, not the good reviews. Because the fake reviews, those good reviews, they were all fake. And one of the reviewers said that. They was like, be careful about these reviews because they do pay people in the town to make these reviews. everything that happened to me cancels out those good reviews because it wasn't diverse. I had a lot of problems getting a job in Bergen County because of the segregation thing. I love Spanish people, but they were trying to hire Spanish people in Bergen County only. They were trying to hire Spanish people only. Some of those stores only had Spanish people. And I know for a fact they try to hire foreign people or Spanish people because they can pay them less. They don't have to give them a raise. They don't have to give them the benefits the way you give an American person a benefit. And that's really wrong. That's really wrong. I don't know how to inform a Spanish person that, look, this is the rights you're entitled to, especially if you become an American citizen. I don't know how to inform them to do that. But I can say right now, the segregation in Bergen County made it very hard to find a job. Very hard to find a job. Very hard. And then some of the restaurants were segregated, so they didn't want you in their restaurant. And I think that was the white people doing that to them. I think that the white people was like, don't let black people in, don't let white people in, only let Spanish people in. And I don't know if the Spanish people agreed to that because they wanted to, or because they wanted to keep their restaurant, or they were forced to. I'll mess up your restaurant. You won't be able to keep this restaurant if you let these people in. I don't know. But I do know I lost a lot of jobs, or I was not picked for a lot of jobs because of the segregation. And I was qualified enough. I was way qualified more than most people because I have a lot of retail and warehouse experience. So I should have got those jobs easily. So, and that's the point with that is, I am not telling people not to move to Hackensack or Bergen County. I am saying it's not a good idea. Like I said, it was a horrible decision for me. And I made that decision based on other people. I thought it was a good town because it was, it's Caucasian. It's where the white people live. White people are awful. I lost a lot of friends because I stood up for white people, and I'm really upset because I really thought white people were good, and they're not, and I'm not racist. It's just that white people just keep showing me that they're disgusting and nasty, and Bergen County and Hackensack just proved my point that you white people, you Caucasians, will never, ever, ever be good. You will always be crooked, corrupted, and disgusting. And y'all didn't have to be. Make honest reviews, even if they're bad reviews. Stop trying to have problematic houses because you want people to live in your luxury apartment buildings. Stop trying to not make police reports because you want the town's ratings to be good. When a person is suffering and getting harassed, it's time to make arrests. Not think about, the town will look bad. What? Like I said, awful decision. I will never live there again. I will not trust anyone from Bergen County or Hackensack for a very long time now. I didn't trust them in September. I'm probably not going to trust them ever again. I'm sorry. I've been through too much trauma, too much pain. I was in mental hospitals because I was trying to hurt myself because all the pain I was going through. I was going through a lot of pain. I was crying. I was suffering, and it was just awful. And then I was getting harassed constantly, getting picked on for my race. That's unfair. So, the courts were awful. Everybody was awful. Honestly, with the warrant of removal, they should have just gave me a copy. I was leaving anyway. I was moving anyway. I was been trying to move in November. I'm like, what happened? And it was very hard to move. But like I said, Hackensack was getting so bad, I did not trust anybody in October. So I was trying to move in November. Anyone could check my Zulu history, my apartments.com history. I was trying to move in November. It was getting so bad, I was trying to move since last year. And I know it's been only 2 months, but I was trying to leave. I wasn't trying to stay. I didn't want to stay. I didn't want to stay with the segregation, the racism, the harassment, the scum lord, the awful courts, the bad police stations, the attitudes, the tones. I wasn't trying to do all of that. No. I was been trying to leave. I did not want to stay. I will never live there again. And I'm looking for, like I said, I'm going to look for bad reviews instead of good reviews. Because the bad reviews might tell me the truth before the good reviews. I might cross-examine them. This is what the bad people are saying, and this is what the good people are saying. But like I said, I am not trying to force nobody to not move there. I don't control people. I'm sorry, the Caucasians over there try to control people. I believe that's why the Spanish people got segregated. I don't want to control people. I want to protect and save people. That's why I'm being honest and open about my experience. That's why I'm putting my experience out there, so people can know what I went through. Because nobody should be going through this or ever go through this. Ever. It's wrong. It was totally wrong. Just be very careful if you want to move there. Be super careful. And there are problematic houses. There are. I will post a problematic house and its address where I lived at, the post the pictures. I will post the police reports. I'm posting everything. And I will give you the landlord's name of who not to be a landlord with. Because it was awful. Like, I don't suggest moving there. I don't. Like I said, reviewers should have been honest about what type of place Hackensack was, what type of place Bergen County was. It's not diverse. You guys like segregation. You don't want to hire no black people, and if you do, you're hiring 2 or 1. I need to see multiple people. And then the police station. You call the police, you see a tone and attitude in their voice, that's because they don't want to come or do their jobs. They want to keep the police reports down. But all they had to do is arrest that lady, and I would have stopped calling. She would have been in jail. If she was in jail, she couldn't harass me. So I wouldn't have called you guys for no reason, because I was only having problems with one neighbor. Yes, the other neighbors were causing problems, like making loud noises, screaming in the middle of the hallway at 2 a.m. in the morning, but they were mentally unstable people. I understood that. Yes, they would bang on my door for cigars and cigarettes. They were crackheads, drug addicts, and chain smokers. But I already told all these neighbors to stop it, because I'll call the police. Do not knock on my door again. I do not smoke cigarettes or cigars. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to kill myself. Like, no. But that's not the point. I'm just really happy that, and you guys might be like, wow, she really I'm happy because this is the final video. This is part 2 for everything. I won't be dealing with Hackensack or Bergen County anymore because I don't live there anymore. I had to move. I had to leave anyway. I'm glad the landlord actually did all of this with the courts and the cases. I'm glad he did all of this. I'm glad. He shed some light about the courts and the police station. So, and I don't live there anymore. So I know I can move on with my life. I can progress with my life. I know I will get better with my life because I don't live there anymore. So if you're looking for me in Hackensack, I am not there. I don't know. I will never move to Hackensack or Bergen County ever again. I'm sorry. I'd rather die. But, like I said, they're really corrupt. Really corrupt. Really bad. I'm not telling anyone not to move there, and I'm going to keep saying it because I don't want people to be like, oh, why are you trying to... No, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm sharing my personal experience and story about my injustice that happened to me in a stupid county who was trying to look good that wasn't good, in a stupid town that's not a great town. No. It wasn't. It was an awful experience. It was horrible. It was bad. And it wasn't even experience. It was just straight corruption. Because they should have never, first of all, stopped paying people to make good reviews. You were a police station. You were a police officer. If there is a problem, you were supposed to come and you were supposed to be happy about it because you were doing your damn job. There should never been problematic houses. I should have never been living to a drug addict and a crackhead who was harassing me. I was living in a problematic house that has drug addicts, crackheads, and drunks and mentally unstable people. And they all live in one house. They all keep them in one house. The courts know that. The police station knows that. Social services definitely know that because I was telling them about it. And Bergen Regional Hospital knows that because when those people go to the hospital, they send them right back to their house. And I know some of the mentally unstable people, I know their consciences was coming in and out, and I know they telling their social workers, yo, this is what's happening in this house. I know they telling the Bergen Regional people, yo, this house is, and nobody's doing anything. So even social services in the hospitals were messing up with that in Bergen County, because the social services is not in Hackensack. The hospital's not in Hackensack, but they're in Bergen County. One's in Rochelle Park, one's in Paramus. So you guys are okay with problematic houses so they don't live in the luxury apartment buildings or live all over the town causing more trouble. So they can cause trouble in one house. And why move me in there? Let me tell you why the landlord moved me in there. Look at me. No, you guys might call me ugly, but I'm pretty. So he wanted quick, easy money, but he also sleeps with all his tenants. There was a prostitute upstairs, and there was another prostitute downstairs. He had sex with them, both of them. I guess he wanted to have sex with me. Here's 3 things that's wrong with that. I like Spanish and Middle Eastern people only. Spanish and Middle Eastern people only. He's 55, I'm 21. You're disgusting and you're not my age, or he's not even my age or in my age bracket. And 3, who sleeps with their tenants? Explain that, Hackensack. Explain that. Please explain it. Explain it. Explain that. Like, he only offered me the house because he wanted easy money and he thought I was easy, vagina. I don't even like saying the P word, but it was all corruption and disgustingness. No, don't have reviews that are fake. Be honest about where you live, what you do, where you're eating at. I don't care how much people are paying me. Yo, if this place sucks, it sucks. Like I said, if you're a police station, you're trying to keep the reports down. If somebody's getting harassed, make an arrest. Like, they had enough evidence to arrest that lady, and I would have stopped calling them because I wouldn't have been harassed no more. There should not be problematic houses. If there are mentally unstable people, drug addicts, crackheads, and drunks living in one place, it's going to cause way more problems than them living in individual places around the town. Simple as that. Stop hiring scum lords that like to sleep with their tenants to be landlords. Simple as that. And also, just be good. Cause and effect. If you're doing bad, Your cause is going to affect a person badly. Like, I don't care what people say. They did things bad, and that's why everything turned bad. This is the final part. This is part 2 of everything. Hackensack is awful. Bergen County is awful. I will never live there again. It's going to be very hard to trust people from there. It was too much trauma. It was too traumatic. Like, honestly, they should not have problematic houses over there. I don't care if you're trying to stay rich and white. No, you Caucasians are doing it all wrong. Sit down and listen. Everybody have a good day.